Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Manager Berusaha NIM. So today we are going to present our group project based on what we learned in MGT340 subject. So let's get started. But first, let me introduce you our team members. First, we have Nur Afini Fitra binti Mama Ashrif. Second, we have Intan Karunisa binti Basri. Next, we have Nur Aini Fazlin binti Muhammad Zaki, which is me. And last one, we have Wan Zulaika Auni binti Wan Muhammad Zaki. Before we dive in, let me give you an overview of what we will be discussing in this session. We will start with a brief introduction, followed by the selection of the group leader, where we will discuss how the leader was chosen. And next, we will look at the tasks and responsibilities assigned to each team members. After that, we will talk about the process of interviewing, how we conducted it, and the insights we gathered. Of course, every project has its fair share of challenges, which we will also discuss, along with the solutions we implemented to overcome them. And finally, we will wrap up our conclusion, summarizing our key learnings and takeaways. For introduction, let me introduce why we chose to interview Kanika Company. Firstly, Kanika is a leader in material science and polymer technology, making significant contributions to biodegradable polymers and their innovative green panel product line. Their work aligns closely with addressing global challenges, especially plastic waste, through eco-friendly solutions. Kanika also has a strong international presence with strategic investments in Malaysia. This leverages Malaysia's skilled labor and low production costs, making it key hub for their operation. Lastly, this interview provided us with a unique opportunity to learn from Kanika's expertise in innovation, sustainability, and regional development, which are critical areas for shaping the future. This overview sets of context for why Kanika was an ideal choice for our study. Now, let's move on to the selection of a group leader. Now, let's talk about how we selected our group leader. To ensure fairness and inclusivity, we use the voting method. This method is a great way to choose a leader because it reflects the collective decision of the group and ensures that the chosen leader has the majority support and confidence. Each member had the chance to express their preferences and participate in the selection process, promoting a democratic and equitable approach. This method allowed us to evaluate candidates based on key qualities such as strong communication skills, the ability to uplift and encourage others, and a clear vision for achieving the group's objectives. Ultimately, we were able to select a leader who is not only qualified but also represent the team effectively, ensuring a unified effort toward our goals.
Here, I'm going to explain what is the tasks and responsibilities of each member. First, ensure the interview stays on schedule and covers all planned topics. Handle time management and keep the interview focused. Third, assign speaking turns to team members to ensure an organized discussion. These are a few team leader responsibilities. Now, let's move on to the next member's responsibilities, which are prepare a set of relevant and well-researched questions in advance, ask follow-up questions to clarify or gather more detailed information, are a few responsibilities of the second member. For our third member, she focused on ensure accuracy and completeness of the information recorded. Next, she highlight actionable items, concerns, or follow-ups for the team. For the last member, she responsible in thank the interviewees and express gratitude on behalf of the team and verify contact information for follow-up communication.
Okay, now let's go for the process of interviewing. So we have structured our work into 4 main phases, which is over the span of 6 weeks, which is starting from week 8 until week 13. So for the first phase, which is planning and preparation, so in the initial stage, we form our group and delegate tasks to ensure that we have smooth collaboration. And next, we work on understanding the business of Kanika Malaysia, and we done it on week 8. So, lastly, we coordinated with HR manager of Kanika Malaysia Sdn Bhd to schedule an interviews, which was a crucial step in gathering primary data. So, for this last step, we done it on week 9 until week 10. On the second phase for data collection and analysis, so basically in this phase, primarily through tests between week 9 until week 11, which is include the conducting interviews with the human resource team and collect secondary data to gain deeper insights into the company. And for the third phase, which is report writing, from week 11 to week 12, we focus on drafting the report. So this involves an writing sections such as the introduction, background, vision, and mission, and also identifying HR issues and proposing the recommendations. So each team member will contribute to specific sections to ensure efficiency and quality. And lastly, for the final phase, which is the fourth phase, we have finalization and submission. So in this final stage, during week 13, we review the report, formatted it, and compile the appendix. So once it finalized, we submit the report and begin preparing for this presentation. So for the conclusion, by following this structured timeline, we ensure a systematic approach to our project and met all deadlines effectively. So now, I will explain the process of interviewing for our group project, and we have 4 phases, which is the first one is for the preparation phase. So in preparation phase, we identify the objective for our group project, which is determine the purpose of the interview, such as understanding HR practice, identifying issues, or gathering insights into company policies. Second is drafting questions. So we have prepared a list of relevant questions aligned with the research objective. For example, what are the main human resource challenges faced by Kanika Malaysia, and how does human resource department address employee retention and engagement? And lastly, for the scheduling the interview, which is we contact the human resource representative, which is Puan Rosmawati, via Google Meet to request an interview, providing a brief overview of the project and objective. Next, for the second phase, which is conducting the interview. So first, we set the venue, which is we choose via Google Meet to conduct an interview. Second, we build a rapport, which is we start the conversation with a friendly introduction and also thanking the human resource representative for their time and briefly explain the purpose of the interview. Next, we're using structured questions, which is begin with open-ended questions so that we encourage detailed response, which will be followed up by specific or clarifying questions as needed. Then we take notes on what the human resource representative said and observe during the interview. And lastly, ensuring confidentiality, which is we reassure the human resource management that our response will be used solely for academic purpose and will remain confidential. Now, I will talk about the third process of interviewing, which is post-interview follow-up. So, me and my group expressing gratitude to the human resource representative, which is Puan Rosmawati, and send a thank you text on WhatsApp to the human resource representative to show an appreciation for their time and insights. Then we reviewing notes, which is immediately after the interview, review and organize the notes so that we can ensure the accuracy and completeness. And lastly, we analyze the response by identify the key themes and insights from the human resource representative, and we integrate them into the research report. And lastly, for the fourth phase, which is incorporating insights into the report, we use the interview response to highlight the human resource challenges, solutions, and innovative practice at Kanika Malaysia, and we support findings with direct quotes or summarized information to add an authenticity and depth to the report, and to make sure that the analysis align with the broader objective of the project, such as addressing human resource issues or making recommendations.
In this part of our presentation, we will discuss the challenges and solutions that we face while conducting our group project. We have 5 challenges in our case. The first challenge was we face time constraints. Since HR professionals have busy schedules, it was difficult to find a suitable time to conduct the interview. To tackle this, we offer flexibility by providing multiple time slots and ensure that the interview will keep brief and focused. The second challenge was obtaining honest and insightful responses. Initially, some of the answers we received were brief or lacked depth, possible due to hesitation or unfamiliarity with the questions. Our solution for this case is make the conversation more engaged by asking open-ended questions and creating a comfortable environment for them to share their thoughts. Next, the third challenge is scheduling conflicts. Coordinating the availability of the HR professionals and our team members was not easy. To address this, we provide a range of data and time options in advance and remain flexible, even if it means adjusting our schedules to fit theirs. For the fourth challenges, we also encountered technical issues, which is we had go through virtual interviews. These include poor internet connectivity and glitch in online platform, such as we use Google Meet to interview the HR for Kanika Malaysia company. To overcome this, we test our equipment and platform beforehand and always had a backup plan, such as switching a phone call if necessary. For the last challenges, we face the challenge of understanding technical or HR specific jargon. Sometimes the HR professionals use terms that we were not familiar with, which made it harder to fully their responses. To solve this problem, we did basic research on HR terminologies before the interview and politely asked for clarification whenever we need.
In conclusion, by conducting this project, we learn a lot of things. First, we develop communication skills, since articulating questions and ideas clearly and paying attention to the details in response. Second, we develop critical thinking skills, asking relevant follow-up questions to clarify information and identifying gaps in the company's answer. Third, we learn how important teamwork and collaboration is, supporting each other during the interview process and sharing and discussing observations post-interview. Last but not least, we develop confidence building by engaging with industry professionals and overcoming nervousness during conducting the project. I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum.